Welcome back everyone, my name is Abdullah Gori from Alpha Technology, and in this video we'll talk about loops. So in previous video we have talked about nested if-else statements in C++, and we'll also talk about switch statements in C++. And in this video we'll talk about loops, or we can say the repetition structures in C++. So what is the loop? A loop is used for executing a block of statements repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. For example, when you are displaying number from 1 to 100, you may want to set the value of a variable to 1 and display it 100 times, increasing its value by 1 each loop iteration. So let's say we have to create a program in which we want to display the numbers from 1 to 100, and we can achieve this by using a simple loop in C++. So we'll create a variable and we'll initialize the variable with 1, and we'll set a condition that if value of the variable is less than or equal to 100, the condition will be true, and will increase the value of the variable by 1 in each iteration. So there are three types of loops in C++. Number one is for loop, while loop, and do while loop. So what is the for loop? For loop is also known as counter control loop. For loop is very useful when the iteration is already known. So let's say you want to print numbers from 1 to 10, then it is best to use for loop. So the syntax of for loop will be look like for int I equal to 1. So here we are initializing the variable of I by 1, and we'll say I less than or equal to 10. This is the condition for our loop. That means if I less than or equal to 10, the condition will be true. If I is greater than 10, it will be false. And will increase the value of I each time by ones. So I plus plus means increase the value of I by 1. And here cout I, we are printing the value of I on each new line. So it's check what is the value of I. The value of I will 1, and it goes for the condition and check the condition. So now I is 1 and it is less than 10, so the condition will get true and it will print the message. And after this block it will increase the value of I by 1, and then again it will check the condition until this condition gets true. It will execute the same statements or the block of statements, and when the condition gets false, it will jump out of this loop or it will break the loop. So that's how we use for loops. We'll talk about for loops in upcoming videos when we implement the for loop in our C++ program. So let's talk about while loop. While loop especially used when it's unknown that how many times the loop will run. So whenever we don't know that our loop is run how many times, so it is better to use while loop. So in this example I am taking the same example which we have taken in for loop. So here we are saying int I equal to 1 while I less than or equal to 10. That means this is the condition, this is the initializing body. In the block of the while loop we are printing I, and we are incrementing the value of I each time by 1. So it will print the same things as we print in the for loop. So let's talk about do while loop. Do while loop usually used when we want the program. Do while loop usually used when we want that our program should execute at least one time and that it will check the condition. So the syntax of the do while loop look like int I equal to 1, and we'll say do, that means execute this block. So we are saying that cout I and increase the value of I by 1, and after that we are checking our condition. So in do while loop, first we execute the block of statement or a statement, and then we'll check our condition. So that's the theory of the loops in C++. We'll implement the loops in our C++ program in upcoming videos. If you like that video, hit the like button and subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new video. If you have any question regarding loops, you can comment below. I will answer all the questions.